In this week's vlog, we are talking about rejection. That's right, rejection in the musical theater, performing arts industry. Rejection is definitely a difficult part of this industry, but there are ways that we can make it a little easier. Throughout the vlog, I'm gonna share tips and tricks that have worked for me, and we're gonna start with tip number one, which for me, I call it reframing. I have to reframe and reprogram my mind to think about things in a different way. And so, for example, I'm about to go see a Broadway musical. It is called New York, New York. I am attending this musical tonight as an influencer. However, I also auditioned for this show. I auditioned for this show about 3 months ago, and maybe, let's see, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was invited to attend a dress rehearsal, or a rehearsal rather. It was like a sneak peek that allowed influencers and other key players to come into the room and to see, you know, the behind the scenes of the rehearsal process. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to y'all. Seeing the rehearsal process was, for one, a very, very incredible experience. But number two, it was difficult to see this cast of people who had all booked this job, knowing that that could have potentially been a job that I booked. And so reframing is not thinking about what I lost, but thinking about what I gained. Thinking about the fact that my schedule, my path is open to whatever is actually for me. And I'm really careful when I use that phrase because it is something that kind of annoys me when people say it. I'm not even gonna lie. It is true. I do believe it is true, but it's hard to hear when you're not in a season of winning. And I imagine as I'm watching the show, I will feel like, man, I wish I was in this, but who knows? Maybe one day I will have the opportunity to be in it, and if I don't, it wasn't for me. I'm also really looking forward to celebrating one of my friends who is in the show. His name is Jeff Williams, and when I saw him in the rehearsal, like, he ate and left no crumbs, so I can't wait to see him in this. So there is definitely something to celebrate as well. But y'all, per usual, I'm running out of the house. I'll see you in a bit. To see a show that reminds me why I love New York. In 2017, I moved to New York City with the dream of being on Broadway. I had quit my full-time job with the federal government and left the life that I had established in Washington, D.C. to move to New York. And while this journey has been so many things, it continues to be one of the best decisions I have ever made. And this show reminded me that I really, really, really do love New York. This show is a reminder. This show is a pick-me-up. This show is truly a love letter to New York City. I left the theater with a smile on my face. I was literally smiling from ear to ear. And a big part of that was because my friend Jeff Williams was in the show, and it was so wonderful to see him perform. Go see New York, New York. I'm really sitting here mixing up this breakfast like I have time. So I'm going to a cycling class this morning. In this particular cycling class at Crunch Fitness, they are going to be playing the Some Like It Hot cast album. So I'm really excited to do this. If you saw my last vlog, you saw that I got to see Some Like It Hot last week. And I went to like a pre-show album release party at Sardi's. It was awesome. And so this is another cool thing they're doing. So I'm gonna go to this class, I'm gonna do the thing, and I'll let y'all know how it was. Y'all, I'm back in the house. I am tired. After I got done that cycling class, I came home. Well, actually last, I got done the cycling class. I quickly stopped at Sephora and then I came home. I had back-to-back work meetings. Those meetings are now done. I'm about to do a coaching for my callback next week. And y'all, if I'm just being honest, I'm tired. And I'm low-key trying to prepare myself. And it's like, Kaisha, don't even put that energy out there. Like, what if you book this one? But also, there's a part of me that wants to protect myself in advance in case I don't book it because I don't want to be sad. It is another busy week, y'all, but it is not as busy as last week. But I want to jump into tip number 2 in terms of handling rejection, and that is controlling what you can control. I can't control the shows that I get cast in or the shows that I don't. And this is probably the most challenging part, right? And so in controlling what I can control, it's like, okay, what things can I do to either book my next job or just work on being a better artist. Obviously, as an actor, you want to work. You want to book your next job. You want to know that you're going to be working continuously, right? Unfortunately, that is not the case for everyone. And so in focusing on what I can control how many voice lessons I take. I can control how many dance classes I go to. I can control how many coachings I do. Now, obviously, that has a financial piece to it, right? So I may not be able to do that depending on the week as much as I like, but those are things that I can control. Outside of things that I spend my money on, I can control how much I practice, how much I work on my skill, how many times I show up to an audition, how many times I self-tape, how many times I email a casting director or someone on a creative team. Those are things that I can control. And so focusing on the parts of this process that you actually have control and agency over, I think helps the mindset about this overall. You can't tell anyone about this, but Telly says he has actual feelings for that Rachel woman. I sound crazy. Jamal, you can't tell anyone about this, but Telly says he has actual feelings for that Rachel woman. Jamal. I think that's my favorite part so far. Jamal. That's fun. You can't tell anyone about this, but Telly says he has actual feelings for that Rachel woman.
It won't go away. I've got that feeling rushing through my body. I know that it is here to stay. It's like you're my personal Illuminati. I know that some might say that I am just a bad girl, but if you treat me right, I will be the best girl in this whole world. No, I'm not gonna bite. I got my hands on your body, so tell me what you want me to do. I can be good or be naughty, because there ain't nobody love you like I do, like I do, like I do, like I do, like I do,
Peter Pan Goes Wrong on Broadway. If you are familiar with the play that goes wrong, this same team created this show. Here's my playbill. Wait, 1 second. Let me just fix that, turn that, there we go. Listen to me and listen to me well. Do not get to the show at curtain. You need to get there 20 to 30 minutes before, because this pre-show moment is hysterical. So repeat after me. When I go to see Peter Pan Goes Wrong, I will get there early. Y'all listen, let me explain something to you. I cannot imagine doing this every day. Just a huge round of applause to the cast and to the crew, because without them, this show literally would not happen. The show closes on July 9th, so don't wait till the last minute to get your tickets. Earlier in the vlog, I talked about reframing and how important that is to my process. And it's true, reframing definitely helps me to stay a little bit more grounded. But I think the key here really is also mindset. I have a callback next week, and so I'm doing my best not to start planning my life in the show, because we all do that, right? We all do the thing where it's like, well, you know, I'm going to be doing a show in August, so I absolutely can't make it. And I'm not going to play those mental games. I'm doing my best just to see this callback as an opportunity to perform and to show this creative team and casting what I have discovered with this material so far. And that is a hard thing to do, because actors, we have a great imagination. I can totally see myself in the role. I can see myself in tech. I can see myself doing the performances. So it's very hard to do that. But that's why mindset is really important. If my camera's moving all over the place, it's because I'm actually holding it. But the last thing I want to talk about in this vlog is focus. Something that helps me with rejection is is focusing my attention on other areas of my life where my life is full. One of the things that I've really been trying to focus on these past couple of weeks especially is all the things that are going right in my life. It's really easy to spiral. It's easy to think about all the things that are not going well, all of the jobs I didn't get, but there are so many things that are going well. I have a life full of love. I love my husband. We have a great relationship. And so that's something I'm grateful for. I'm also grateful to have a content creation career that is budding. It's growing. And I think that it's only going to continue to grow from here. And so I try to focus my attention on the things that are going right instead of just focusing on things that are going wrong or not going my way, if that makes any sense. I am really grateful that I am a multi-hyphenate. I think it really works out for me being an actor, because if all I did was focus my attention on being an actor, I think I would be pretty miserable. And having content creation to focus on and having other things in my life that I have interest in, it helps me to keep myself a little bit more grounded. And so I don't fester in the rejection as much because I have other things to focus on. Now, I'm not even, listen, let's just be clear. I am not perfect in this area. I definitely have my moments where a rejection will take me all the way down the spiral times infinity, okay? But these are things that when I do them, they do help me. And so if you have tips, I will 100% listen. Definitely let me know in the comment section. Why am I sitting on the floor? I don't know. This was just kind of the cozy spot of the day. If you enjoyed this video, you will definitely enjoy watching a vlog about me talking about how much I spend as an actor in New York City in a single week. I would love for you to check out that video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I will catch you on the next video. Bye.